Newsflash, new artwork, new website. Well,
Yes.
not new website, but new updated website. That's
brand new artwork.
Great, so it's like a whole new podcast. We've got new artwork. You know, as I'm talking about this, I'm getting really concerned because the Mac is turned off. But we're recording with new equipment today.
We are recording with new equipment.
So
it's like a brand new podcast.
No, it's like been a lot easier to set up, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so new artwork, new website layout, a new sound system, and new everything.
Cheers to that.
Making them dollars with these podcast episodes now, I fucking wish. But yeah, what an exciting new episode. We're hoping that it saves us lots of time and we can get these episodes out quicker to y'all that want to listen.
Absolutely, yeah. It causes us far less stress and arguments than it does at the moment.
Sorry, I sent some drink.
There we go.
How's your week been?
It's been a busy week as well, as usual. Like build up to Christmas, getting all ready for that. I know one of your many worst times of year.
I know. Well, this isn't a rant. I've not really had a rant for ages, but I am going to fucking rant now about them pink lights that we've got installed in this studio because I've just turned them on and it makes the office, fucking hell, the studio too pink. So we've had to turn them off.
Yes.
Which is a real shame, but we'll find some other uses for them.
We'll repurpose them, you know, they'll get used.
I would keep them on, but we're actually filming this one.
We are, yes.
So yeah, but yeah, it's been a busy week, but a very exciting one. Lots of new stuff, and I'm losing my train of thought. The footage from the live show, there we go, is now in the process of being edited.
It is indeed.
Which is really exciting. So that will be something for everybody to look forward to in the new year.
We posted a little teaser.
Yes, we did.
Over the weekend.
Yes, we did. On our new YouTube channel. See, we've been fucking productive this week. We have a new YouTube channel as well, which we've only just started using, so we ain't got no fucking followers yet. So don't fucking judge it if you go on it, because it's brand new. And it now feeds through all of the episodes, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Into YouTube for those that don't have streaming platforms and haven't ever been on our website. You can now watch it on YouTube, so none of you have got any fucking excuse not to listen to this podcast now. But yes, we set a premiere tonight of a snippet of the live, and if you were there and you listened to this, you'll know that the beginning of the live was a bit of an intro, some celebrities, some very famous celebrities, with some funny things and some really cool stuff. So we've put that on YouTube, haven't we?
We have indeed, yes. So head over to the Read Between the Wines page. We should add it to the...
It's on the link tree, it's on the website.
It's all over the place. No excuse.
Now, I haven't shouted anyone out, but I actually want to shout someone/something out this week because I've been very, very impressed. And I have to shout out Danielle and the Scentsy team for my new LED face mask that they sent me. And it arrived today, couriered to my door, and I didn't ask for it. So basically, backstory, I had one from this company that you bought me that it's quite old now, but it's obviously there was the problem with the control. So I reached out to Scentsy and I explained what happened, and a lovely lady called Danielle picked it up and said, what's wrong with it? So I said that was just my control, and then I sent her a picture of it, and then when she looked at the picture, she actually said, well, actually, Ronnie, I think it's not just the control, but the lights have gone on it as well, which makes fucking sense now, because when I was putting it on, it didn't look as bright as it used to. Anyway, she asked if I had any proof of purchase or blah blah blah, all that shit, and I said no, and I thought nothing more of it. And then they messaged me to say, we've decided to send you a brand new one, couriered to your door, completely free of charge, just as a little goodwill gesture.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you. This isn't an ad either. This is no ad. This is just me being very appreciative of a company that just sent me something completely free, and it was definitely out of warranty.
Yes.
It's 2 years old, so it was definitely out of warranty. I had no proof of purchase because it was a gift, and they sent me a brand new one, and it arrived today.
Excellent service. So
go to Scentsy and look at your LED masks.
SENSSE if you're looking for it.
SENSEE, no?
No, it's double S.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's double S.
Oh, I've got that wrong then.
Yeah.
Well, actually, say that though, but I think the company itself is not Scentsy, it's actually Senza.
Okay.
I think because when she was messaging me, she said Danielle, and it said her company was Senza.
Right, okay.
So maybe that's the Like
the brand, yeah.
Like the company, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But anyway, regardless of all that shit, I've probably spelled it wrong. It's S-E-N... I can't fucking read it. S-E-N-S-S-E. So you were right. Okay, I was wrong. Anyway, yeah, visit them anyway.
Yes,
fucking
absolutely, yeah.
Google will fucking tell you what it is, won't it? But anyway, their masks are so good, and I was so impressed by that. So yeah, that's just my one little...
Yeah.
I don't have a rant this week.
So
I just
thank you to...
I know!
More,
what a lovely little gift as well, pre-Christmas. Even though I was already having my eye up on a rival company's face. However, I will still use this. I fucking love that mask.
Yeah, it'd be great.
But yeah, so yeah, should we jump into some news?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just going to have some of this and do the talking.
I wonder if we need to do any rants for any other companies that we've had this weekend.
Have we had any rants from any other companies?
Oh, maybe not actually, maybe not.
Well, I just ranted about that fucking pink light.
Yeah, true, that's very true.
I don't know.
No?
Got anyone else you want to slag off while we're on
Boots?
Oh, don't get me started on Boots. I can't talk about it on here because I've escalated it.
Fair enough.
I will rant about it though, actually. I will to an extent and say if you shop in Boots Charlton and you go to the pharmacy there, you should avoid that at all costs and go somewhere else. But some bitch tried it and the bitch is about to lose her job. That's all I've got to say. Last person who did this, they lost their fucking job. So don't piss me off.
Absolutely not.
Anyway, yeah, it's a little rant about Boots in Charlton.
Yeah.
But
I feel my job is a risk on a daily basis.
Yeah. Fuck with me if you get away with it.
So let's move on to news.
Yeah, there's not much going on in the world at the moment, is there?
There wasn't, no.
But the one that I did find funny was a man who doesn't speak Spanish has defied all the odds this week and won a Spanish championship Scrabble match. A renowned speller, known as the Tiger Woods of Scrabble, took the top spot at the championships in Granada, Spain, despite not being able to speak the language at all. How the fuck does he manage that?
I know, that's pretty impressive.
You know, if you don't speak the language, you can't spell it, surely.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I guess some people are just very good at like hearing words and knowing how they are. But in a foreign language, how do you do that?
I don't know though. I suppose thinking about it, if I knew a French word, I don't necessarily know what it means, but I probably know how to spell it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe he just is like maybe he's just good with words.
Maybe he is. Can I also just say, like, that's not a very glowing reference to be called the Tiger Woods of...
I know, he's a fucking idiot.
Adultering, cheating bastard, wasn't he?
Maybe he
Allegedly.
is. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Maybe
as well.
he cheated at Scrabble. I mean, that reminds me of the story a couple of weeks ago where the lesbian won the Zayn Malik contest.
Yeah. That was a good one.
All these people that enter these fucking competitions have tried really hard.
It's always the underdogs.
Oh, I didn't write his name in the running order. I'm not sure where he's from, but anyway, he won a fucking Scrabble contest. But that makes me think, like, if there was some Spanish-speaking Scrabble people, I don't know what the word is.
Yeah.
Contestants. And they lost against someone that didn't speak Spanish. Like, that's like when Hillary Clinton lost against Donald Trump, isn't it?
That's right. No, that's true.
Okay, now.
I don't know why. It also makes me think back to, like, when I was at school and we were doing religious studies. I think one year we did, like, an exam based on... We were studying Hinduism. And I had some friends who were Hindu themselves. And I beat them in the exam and they went livid.
But you studied it, no?
I know, but still. But in the same way, the guy plays Scrabble studies, I'm sure.
Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I suppose it's the same kind of thing. It's embarrassing, nevertheless.
It's embarrassing, nonetheless, yeah.
I hate covering this story, but it's obviously ongoing, so we've been covering it since it began. But obviously the Liam Payne tragedy continues to hit the headlines. Yes. And obviously it's hit the headlines this week with bombshell... interview / documentary, which has been made by TMZ, which is set to be released tomorrow, which will be when this goes out. So today, in the eyes of the podcast world. And obviously his manager friend / manager's been interviewed, and he's basically said that he had nothing to do with his death and he's not to blame, despite obviously social media and everyone saying that he had a big part to play in it. So that was quite sad. But today, we're not covering him, but today the bartender or waiter who has been at the centre of this as well, that's been accused of selling Liam Payne drugs, has actually been interviewed by the same documentary.
Okay.
And obviously he has admitted to using cocaine with Liam Payne, but he insists that he didn't get paid for it, and he is not a drug dealer. His name's Brian Pays, and he told of the documentary that he parted with Liam with whiskey and cocaine, but he never accepted any money from the singer, and claims that he even turned down Liam Payne's Rolex watch as payment. So yeah, it's really, really sad. We've got a bit of an audio of the waiter being interviewed, so let's run the clip.
My name is Brian. I'm 24 years old, and I met Liam at my restaurant. They say I'm the dealer, that I carried drugs, that I sold them, and the truth is that no, I didn't sell them.
Did you use drugs with Liam the first night you met him?
Yeah, there was.
What drugs did you use?
There was cocaine. Like, there wasn't even a lot of it, but we had some with the whiskey.
Was it cocaine the first night or the second night?
The second night too. The second night, yeah. The soapbox and some aluminum foil was already there. Drugs scattered everywhere. I didn't even accept his money.
I mean, this is a hard one, isn't it? Because there's only one way that they'll ever know the truth, I suppose, and that's through Liam Payne. And if he's not here anymore, then, and I suppose there's, with God, I can't get my words out. Drug transactions is probably not like records.
No,
it's probably all done with cash.
There's no receipts. No,
and who knows that Liam Payne offered his Rolex apart from Liam Payne?
Unless there was anyone else there at the same time.
Well, we won't know until the documentary tomorrow, will we? But
yeah.
I do think that these people are going to come out and say their side of the story because they're being vilified in the media. However, it's really hard because Liam Payne's not here to tell the truth, and there's their side of the story, there's Liam Payne's side of the story, and there's probably somewhere in the middle of the truth. So,
yeah.
I don't know, it's really sad, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. It really is, yeah. And I feel sorry for his family having to hear all these stories come out and all the interviews happening. And
also his son. I mean, his son's 7 or 8 now, but he's going to have to see all this when he gets older.
Absolutely.
Shame on TMZ as well for making this documentary, because they're the ones that released the picture of Liam Payne's, partial dead body to begin with. So shame on them that they've not just stopped this. They're actually continuing to drag it through the media machine. So
yeah, it is a shame. I mean, everyone wants to know what happened, obviously, to get to the truth. But I don't know. It must be difficult. I can't imagine it's an easy.
I went to TMZ's office once.
Did you?
I did. Have I told that before?
No, I didn't know.
When I was in West Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah. I weren't there for any reason other than I was just being a super fan.
Doing an interview or that.
Sorry, it sounds like I'm having a piss, but it's actually just pouring my drink. Sorry, guys. Glory, how I've got lots of customers tonight. I don't listen to this, so the first time I'm going to hear this is when it goes out. Robbie Williams. We have to talk about Robbie Williams.
Yes.
So he has this week obviously confronted speculation that over his sexuality in an interview with The Guardian. Obviously he's promoting his new biopic, Better Man, which sees the singer being portrayed as a CGI chimp. I don't quite get it.
No, I don't get it.
I've only ever seen a clip of it, so I don't know. I don't know why a biopic. I don't get it, so I will research it, but I won't be fucking watching it because I don't really like him. But he's addressed speculation about his sexuality and, of course, being gay. And this comes after a libel case in 2005 where it was claimed that he'd engaged in lots of homosexual encounters.
Yeah.
So Robbie Williams has been quoted this week by saying that he's done everything but suck a cock. And he's honestly, you'd never meet anybody who wants to be as gay as much as Robbie Williams. So
wait, so he's done everything but suck a cock.
So this is when I read this. That's how I took it, thinking you've probably boned a few men then. But what I think, he's just not thought of the words, and I think he just means, I've done everything but suck a cock.
Oh, he's done anal or?
I don't think so.
Has he been down cottaging with George Michael or footing with?
I can't talk ill of the dead. I know. I think he just means that he's never had a gay encounter. Right. Hold on 1 second. Oh, there we go. Your turn to pour the drink.
Yeah, I'm being a bit quieter. I'm trying to be a bit quieter.
Sounds like you're pissing for a long foreskin there. Mine was straight from the tip. I don't know, like, I don't buy this at all. I think he has had homosexual encounters over the years. He's an incredibly sexual person.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying that he likes women.
Yeah.
But there's also no, like, you're not convincing me that you've not
Of course,
been with a man before.
I agree.
Especially after that Rock DJ video as well.
There we go. I've never liked him either, to be fair. You go back to saying, like, you weren't a fan, but...
Well, I think I was a bit young for the Gary Barlow Take That, Robbie Williams, like, kind of blow up.
Right.
I think I was a bit young for that.
Yeah.
But I've never found him in any way, shape or form attractive.
No,
at
I
all.
haven't either.
I didn't anyone in Take That, but to be honest, as Gary Barlow's got older, I can see that. But not anyone else.
No, all the others became a bit hairy.
They all look a bit like big issue sellers, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
I just said it. Saying that though, big issue seller is quite chic now, because when we was out the other day, you know that person that when we was in the bar with your friends, and then he came up with a big issue.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he had a little card reader, and he looked
That's
really
true,
like.
yeah.
I was like, yes, you go, big issue seller. You look
that's
great.
true, yeah, that's true.
I look like shit. I feel a bit self-conscious sitting next to him. But no, they all just look like they. Well, I suppose they're just pop stars, but they all, in my opinion, look like they just need a fucking good scrub.
Good scrub, yeah. Indeed.
But what do you think then? Do you think that he is what I'm looking for, a closet homo? Do you think that he's never dipped his hands in the jar, or do you think he's just like banging women and only women?
I think he's definitely been with men.
In what way? Allegedly, right? Let's just say allegedly. He's trying to get in trouble.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we've never seen him with anyone or like male perspective, but I can't believe he's never done it. Like you said, like he had a drinking problem as well, didn't he?
Well, I think he's had many a problem, but
so again, when you're drunk, anything can happen, and I don't know. I don't believe that he'd have gone this far and not.
Also, what the fuck is wrong with it as well? Like, I mean, the only reason why I'm questioning it is because, like, in this interview now, I suppose he's married to a woman now, but like, what would it be? Would it be such a big deal if he came out and said, well, yeah, of course I did back in the day. It was the 90s. We all fucking did it. I'm making it sound like it was the 60s. It weren't, was it?
90s was worse.
Some fucking television presenters, that's why.
But yeah, I agree. Like, what's the, like, why?
Maybe he's worried that he's going to lose his female fan base, which is obviously his major fan base is obviously older women.
But we've got way past that now. Like, think of all the like gay male.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a gay. Like, I don't think gay men look at Robbie Williams and think, oh.
I suppose so. No, that's true.
Like, he's not like. I think if he's going to turn around and say that he sucked a man's cock in the 90s, gay men are not going to be like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Finally. It's like, all right, mate. Fucking hell.
Moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially in that period as well, when he got fat and ugly. I mean, he was ugly when...
Poor Robbie Williams. We're fat shaming him. We're trying to drag him out the closet.
Maybe here's a new scandal we can start, a rumour. Maybe because he got very pally with the Gallagher brothers, didn't he?
Maybe he visited our glory hole on the live show. Maybe that wasn't a bottle bomb.
There we go.
It's like Robbie Williams pissed in our audience mouth.
And had a very long foreskin.
We did, yeah. I think he does, to be fair. I think I've seen a nude from him from back in the day, but I can't remember. But he's not for me at all. I don't find him remotely attractive.
No, I've never found him talented or...
I mean, he's not talented in his voice, but he's talented at putting a show on and making like a... He's good at selling the show as in being a great entertainer, but have you heard him sing a cappella? Fuck me.
I was at Live 8.
Like, what, in the night?
No, the revised one in like the 2000s.
The one where Freddie Mercury came on stage.
No.
Show your age.
No. I was at the...
What would you, about 15?
No, I was at the much later one, the one they redo. And he was on stage, he performed there, and I made a specific point of when he came on stage laying on the ground at the threat of being trampled. I just didn't.
How many people were in this Live Aid concert? Because if you're laying on the ground, can't be that many people there.
No, it was in Hyde Park. It was huge. You remember they read it in 2000? Must be 2005.
Oh, I was too young. I was perhaps like a baby in arms.
Fresh out the womb.
They were just cutting the umbilical cord when that concert was going on. No, I don't remember that, if I'm honest.
No, okay, well,
No.
you didn't miss much.
No. Don't know if I'd lay on the floor though. It's a bit dramatic.
Making a point, making a statement.
Well, keeping with Robbie Williams at the forefront of my mind and his potential homosexual tendencies, there's no doubt he likes women, but I do get gay vibes sometimes.
A good bisexual.
Yeah. I think he's well, yeah, maybe, even though I don't believe in that. I'm joking. I'm joking. I've got gay vibes over the years. I mean, he's quite flamboyant, he's quite fancy, but that might just be him.
Maybe.
But keeping with that, have you ever, like, let's think of us now, like, not Robbie Williams. Has, like, there ever been any inkling to you growing up that you maybe wasn't just interested in women and you were heterosexual, and I'm using air quotes here, however, you might have had like little moments or little inklings or little things as a kid or as a teenager that may have gave you a bit of an idea that you might have been like into?
No, none at all.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah.
No, there were red flags all over the place.
What, like what? Come on.
I was a big fan of the Care Bears.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I was a big Care Bears fan as a child.
Oh my god.
I watched wrestling. I think that was probably a little bit gay.
I sound a little confused. Was the Care Bears wrestling?
Also, no, not the Care Bears wrestling. No, wrestling with that'd be a step too far. A step into bestiality, that might have been.
Oh god.
But oh yeah, like, and I was into the dramatic arts.
All very quite innocent ones.
I mean, I was 12. I'm not going to be sucking off teachers in the back room.
You could be looking at the Littlewoods catalogue at the underwear section.
Oh, yeah. I think at the...
Nobody mentioned sucking off school teachers. What type of school did you go for that? That was the type of school that I went to, where people would be fucking the teachers. Never me.
Yeah, you knew better.
I mean, everyone gets those kind of urges though when they're young. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you fully know your sexuality until you grow up, and then even then it changes. Like, it's not. It's never like, apart from these guys, they're like, oh, I'm straight. Fuck off.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
not.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
You're
you're not.
massively overcompensating.
Yeah, if you're overcompensating it and you're having to like assert it to everyone, then the chances are, like that fucking idiot when we was in Tunisia.
Oh,
that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
God.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Care Bears and wrestling, nothing else.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what else.
What about any moments? Did you have any moments where your pet, like, something happened and you thought, oh, shit, my mum might know now, or my brother might understand, or my family might know? Like, did you have any moments where? I remember once. This is so innocent. We was decorating our house downstairs, and I bought these like electronic flowers. Like, do you remember there was that phase in the 90s/early 2000s where you'd push the button and the fish would dance, you'd push the button and the flowers would move, like one of those talking dancing.
Yeah, I remember those.
So I bought some flowers and then yellow, and we did our living room downstairs, and it was like red and white, and I was sitting there and I said to my family, oh, those dancing flowers just not go with this room now. It was like, all right, you fucking poof. I was like, shit. I was only stating a fucking fact. It didn't go. I was like, oh shit, better be quiet about the decor and the furnishings going forward.
I don't know. No, I don't think I ever had anything that early on that really.
Weren't sniffing your brother's panties.
No,
were you?
I wasn't. No, absolutely not.
Just do that now. Was you waiting until you go to the laundry basket?
Maybe some people at school, but not.
Oh,
but...
you didn't
No, I didn't. No.
I wouldn't even go anywhere near anyone at
you
school.
did not see the people I went to school with.
You need to go on a list if you're sniffing kids' pants at school.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, this has taken a turn. I think there's always going to be inklings when you are confused that you might not even understand them until you get older. But yeah, that fucking decorating one was a big one for me, I suppose.
Yeah, there we go.
Gone are the days when the Argus and the Little was cataloguing, you'd flick straight to the underwear section. But the problem was, I mean, I suppose when you're kids it doesn't matter, but even as like a kid, those paper was so thin.
Oh yeah.
In the Argos
There
catalogue.
was, yeah, that was really like, yeah. Why did you rub one totally out?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I didn't find anything like that attractive as a kid.
I never understood that. Like, although I think I did look, like, I never really understood. Well, what's the point of just looking at it? What I don't see what you're getting from just looking at it.
Well, I suppose just looking at what A you want to be when you're older, or B what you want.
I suppose.
Do they even have Argos catalogues or Littlewoods catalogues or anything like that now? Because they would only be used now for when the Wi-Fi go down.
Different world.
Yeah. It's a different world. Nowadays, kids don't need to be looking at like little pants, like weren't even like skimpy pants. It was a fucking jockstrap. Was it back in the day? Now they can. Oh, I dread to think what teenagers are looking at on the internet now.
Yeah,
they probably listen to this podcast, even though they shouldn't be. Well, anyway, there's a few stories that people have shared of their experiences growing up, potentially being gay or lesbian, and little moments they might have had over the years that might have just rumbled them a little bit, or in experiences which maybe questioned their sexuality themselves.
Okay.
So
let's see if we relate to any of these.
Well, we might do. Right, so the first one. So this is a lesbian. So she's, I love some of these. She's gave us a little list of some of the things that she did. She was a kid / teenager that now when she looks back as the out and proud lesbian that she is, she couldn't quite work out why people didn't see it coming. First one, she said she used to make her Barbies have sex. She actually says, I've made my Barbie scissor.
I mean, actually, to be fair, like, did you not do that with, like, I don't think I did it with a...
No, I didn't make Barbies scissor each other.
Not Barbies.
I wasn't making Barbies having lesbian...
But did you not do, like, if you had, like, those little characters, like, I had, like, I can't remember what I had, like, He-Man figures or something. I can't make them, like...
Whatever happened to just them playing in wars? Why do you have to make them have sex? No, I didn't make my action men have sex. You know what I used to do? I used to just pull their pants down if there was a bulge.
That's what they were. They weren't like.
Or they had a bum, didn't they?
Yeah, they had bums, but not like they would exclude like vaginas and penises on the front.
But they had tits, but never nipples on Barbies. Never understood that. But well, anyway, she said that she made her. Yeah, she used to make her Barbies scissor each other. How the fuck old was she? Firstly, there's a lot to unwrap with this comment is because A, if you've got Barbies, I assume that you're, I don't know, somewhere between a kid and a young teenager.
Yeah.
But if you're making your Barbies scissor each other, where the fuck have you learned that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, I love it though. Well, then she said, obviously, a female friend and I experimented when we were 15, and I also had a crush on my neighbour's girlfriend, Alex.
Okay.
Well, that would probably tell you a little bit about your sexuality.
There we go.
The next one, she just wrote, I wore baggy jeans. This must have been in the 90s, because nowadays, everyone would be lesbians nowadays.
I think in the 90s everyone was wearing baggy jeans anyway.
Well, I mean, everyone wears them now, though.
Avril Lavigne.
Oh, she's not relevant anymore.
I know, but back in the 90s she was wearing baggy jeans.
Yeah, but she looks like a raging lesbian, though, doesn't she?
There we go.
This is a controversial episode. She said, I was my MySpace personality helping girls come out to their parents when I was 16. Remember MySpace?
Used to love that.
And then she's finally said, I came out when I was 13, then 16, then 18, then 25, and now almost every day to anyone who listens. Well, making your Barbies scissor each other probably gives it away.
A big gay pride flag.
I used to make my Barbies scissor. I can't. Oh my lordy. Right, the next one. So this is a story from a guy. I think it's a guy. He said, my dad walked in on me and my first boyfriend having sex. My dad didn't have the worst reaction, but he walked out. Asked me a single question after we got undressed, and then we didn't speak to each other for a few years. The good end to the story is, though, we did reconnect, and we've actually worked through our mutual issues of me being gay. He chose me as his best man at his wedding, and we've been super close ever since, including making me executor of his will. He didn't know I was gay because the year or so prior, my parents walked in on me and a woman, girlfriend at the time. So at least for him, it came as a complete and utter fucking surprise. Well, that's probably the best way to come out.
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
If you don't want to say it, just do it.
Yeah. Being
railed. Having gay sex.
Yeah, maybe just a hand job.
Well, oh no. Maybe write him a letter. but again, that's a sure sign that obviously your family would know that you were probably interested in boys. The next one, my aunt taught my mum how to check the internet history when I first started looking at porn.
Oh God.
I told her it was a website someone in school told me about, and I learned to clear the internet history very quickly after that. This happened to me. This happened to me when I was a teenager. Yes.
Oh wow.
I did the same thing, and my internet history came up, and I didn't know at the time that fucking internet history has existed. And I quickly learned to clear it as well. Cookies and browser history. Bang!
Clear them both.
Oh, back in the day though, this person can't be my age, because when I was doing that, I had dial-up.
Yeah.
So the sex took months.
It's like tantric.
By the end of it, I was like, is this what it's like to have sex? For about 3 hours, I get bored.
And the noise. Whee!
I know. Imagine it now, HD and like super fast broadband, like they're fucking
you can go double speed
like
now.
stallions. When I was watching porn when it was dial-up, the sex took ages. And it looks so fucking boring.
Different world
Very
now.
Very different world. The next one, my dad walked in on me shoving my tongue down a guy's throat and sitting on his dick right where I usually play my video games.
That would be a
See
sign.
what I mean? See? Got fucking, this is what I mean. Like these sort of things. This it's awkward though, isn't it? Like that situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been caught.
I've been caught.
I've never been caught.
Both with men and women in the past. Doesn't really bother me.
By friends I have, but not by family.
It don't bother me. I'm like, well, everyone fucking does it.
Yeah.
Maybe not some of the things that I do.
Well, you never know.
Oh my god. Next one. So this has happened to me. I was caught doing a 69 with a man who listened to my band on holiday. I'm in a band. It was in the room that I shared with my drummer. He knew my female spouse and was surprised I was sucking cock and being sucked. He rolled over and then we went in the bathroom to finish off. That poor drummer. Also, that's a really tough position for the drummer to be in because he knows the girlfriend.
Oh, I think that's tough, but 69 is a tough position. It's very easy.
It's not. It depends who you're doing it with.
True.
I can't stand that position. That is rank. Oh, gosh. Don't understand the fascination in that. Maybe people give me an education. I don't like it. I think that's like, oh no, I'm not even getting into it. But that poor drummer. I hope they're not trying to then do 69 in the fucking bathroom.
No, hopefully not. No.
I'll have to stand handstand. At least on the bed it's easier.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you both horizontal.
This is the last one, but this one's for me the best one.
Always the best
It's not from the point of view of the person being caught. It's from the perspective of the person who's caught.
Oh, okay.
I caught my dad watching gay porn. Mm-hmm. I walked in on my dad watching gay porn about 6 months ago. I didn't say anything, and I just walked out and closed the door. He sent me a text 20 minutes later saying, "Please don't tell your mother what you just saw. I don't know if I should tell my mum or mind my business, but to be honest, I'm really fucking shocked." I don't think you should tell your mum.
No.
I think that needs to be on him, but I would encourage him to tell your mum, or I would have a brutally honest conversation with my dad and say, "This is what I've seen. I can't just leave it.
Indeed.
What are your intentions? Is it something that you're just curious about? Do you like the idea of other things? That's okay. Everybody's quite fluid. Everybody can be quite fluid. Just have a conversation."
Yeah, that's right.
But I don't think running to your mum and telling your mum without any context of what's going on.
Not.
For all you know, the mum might be into it, and mum might like the fact that he's watching other men, and she might be watching. You never know, do you?
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If you listen to this podcast, you'll know some of the stories that we say every fucking week, and you should know there can be some pretty interesting folk.
There can be some very interesting folk.
So I would not go running to.
Yeah, and that's his journey. That's the dad's journey, like Niall's.
Yeah. Ask what porn it was.
Yeah, have you got any tips?
Do you want me to show you one? I've got a good one for you, Dad. That one, you amateur. Well, yeah. So that's some really interesting ways of getting caught.
Outed, yeah.
Or outed, or having a little inkling. The Barbie scissoring one probably is my favourite one. But I suppose, like, if you have an inkling, you have an inkling, and if you takes you a few years to find out, then that's fine.
Absolutely.
There is a few. Well, we've got two audios that we're going to play that we've listened to, and it's of a gay person and a lesbian person, basically saying there are some telltale signs that you should look out for when assessing if someone is a gay boy or a gay girl.
Okay. Well,
should we give them a little listen?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Let's see what they've got to say.
How can you tell if someone is gay? The number one thing is watch someone's eyes. And I'm talking watch their eyes when they talk to you. Are they like looking you up and down? Are they looking at your lips? Are they looking at your arms? Watch where their eyes go when they're talking to you. The other thing with the eyes never lie. Watch what they look at in public. So like when a guy walks by me and looks attractive out of my peripherals, I just glance or I look or like I gotta like look. Like I can't not. Even if it's a split second, look at where they're looking. Because there's a big thing with like looking at someone attractive and admiring them, but you know the eyes I'm talking about when it's attraction and not admiration. That's like the number one thing that will rat somebody out. And that's what ratted me out a lot when I was like straight.
Signs I was gay. I'm a lesbian, and looking back, it is so embarrassing that I didn't know that. At the same time, heteronormativity, compet, the whole thing. But these are three things that really, really get me. Number one, I hooked up with women. Number two, when I was really young and I was playing video games, I would always make myself the male character so that I could go with the storyline of falling in love or wifing up the female character. This on all those like game chat sites too. I was in my queer catfish era. And number three, I never had crushes on male celebrities.
No, I was really on board with the lesbian.
Yeah.
I'm not on board with the gay boy.
No, I agree.
Rubbish. I'm like, yes, you can tell sometimes if someone's giving you a side eye or someone's giving you a checking out eye, but that's not just gay people that fucking do that.
Absolutely not. Exactly.
Like,
no.
That is like ridiculous.
Exactly. You can be straight and admire someone who looks attractive, like of the same sex.
But even if like, yeah, I suppose you're right. And then, but for me, gay people do that, straight people do that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a telltale sign that I'm gay, because usually I'm giving people fucking death stare and I'm not eyeing someone up. Usually if I'm giving you like the up and down looky eye, it's because I'm judging you.
Yeah.
And it's not because I find you attractive.
Also, like, I don't know, maybe he was trying to insinuate it. Is he saying he's staring at the bulge?
Probably. I mean, that would be a bit
That
of a
would be
telltale sign.
If he's staring at the bulge, then that's a telltale sign.
Or he could just be saying those jeans are so tight fitting. But then he probably would be gay. Yes, maybe he's got a point. I like the lesbian one though. Number one, I used to hook up with girls.
Queer catfishing stage. That was quite amusing. Yeah.
I liked her outlook.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
If anyone's got any telltale signs or has any like suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
I'm on board with obviously having sex with members of the same sex probably does give it away.
Yes, indeed. I agree.
Maybe there's an element of shade and sass amongst gay people that maybe there isn't amongst straights. I don't know. It's a controversial thing to say, but who knows? Maybe going to gay bars. Hooking up with men in the toilet. Who does that? But I like that lesbian one.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I don't know, one thing that hasn't been mentioned anywhere is like voice. People often say people have, if you have like a bit of a effeminate voice, it can sometimes be a telltale sign, but I don't think that's always true.
Well, it is sometimes, but there are some straight people that have got, like David Beckham, David Beckham complex. He's got like a bit of an effeminate voice.
Yeah.
And he's not gay as
Absolutely,
such.
yeah.
Or I can't think of another person. Yeah, but to an extent, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if your family members coming down the stairs, going, "Morning, Mum, morning, Dad." Look how many, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
That ain't straight boys.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's more than just the voice.
If he's coming down with pink hair, has a pink studio and a gay podcast, then he's probably gay as well.
And that was your coming out statement for 20.
Well, there we go. Look, it's only taken 58, 59 episodes, but there you go.
I was going to say 58 years.
You've heard it. Feels like it. You've heard it here. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. We all love you anyway.
Indeed, yeah. Everyone's welcome here.
Everyone is welcome
Except
here.
the bigots.
Well, big
And
what?
the bigots.
Oh,
and homophobes.
I thought you said,
not the big ones.
I thought you said big homos. I was about to say, excuse me, they're very welcome here. Bigots and homos. The homos are welcome here. Big homos are welcome here. Bigots, maybe not so much. Anyway, there's one fag hag that we love more than anyone in the world. And we think that she's the perfect gay man's best friend to have.
Indeed.
And we will leave you, before we jump into some wild confessions, we will leave you with the words of Edina Monsoon.
And gay people love me. Oh, yeah. All my friends are gay. All my friends are gay. I mean, I laugh with them. I cry with them, darling. You know, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Oh, it's fantastic. Darling, he can fill me in on David and Liza. He can scream with me when Valentino comes out with a new flip-flop. Oh, darling. Personal shopper for life.
Right, strap yourselves in because we've got quite a few to get to today.
Okay, here we go.
Right, so these are more wild, aren't they? So we've been saying, I know I said let's just subtly do it, but fuck it. We are going to change the segment from slutty confessions to wild confessions because some of the confessions that we've had of late have not necessarily been slutty, but they've been fucking wild.
Particularly the ones shit-based.
Yeah, so we think that they're more wild than slutty, so
Wild
we're going to change it. So here's the wild confessions. The first one, it's from a lady. She says, my daughter, who is 19, took my dildo. Don't judge before you've listened to the
gave it a wash
story.
down.
So my husband and I left our house for a few days, and my daughter was watching the house since she lives with us. Well, we get home, and that night we planned to get a little bit freaky. Me and my husband, of course. So I grab a few of my toys and notice my dildo is gone. And it's not just any one you can buy, but it's a clone willy of my husband's cock, which is her stepdad. I was quite curious as to whether it was her, and I'm pretty sure it was, and how she plans to put it back. So I searched her room last night to see if I could find the dildo. I start with the usual places. I check her sock drawer, her underwear drawer, nothing at all. But when I looked under her bed, I found this really nice decorative shoebox. I opened it to find her stash of toys. She had a couple of small bullet vibrators, a red foxtail butt plug, and on the top it was my big fat clone. For obvious reasons, I've left it there to see if she'll return it. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Well, she could either go around and say, could you stop fucking your father?
I mean, maybe the daughter doesn't know it's a clone. But
No, she obviously don't, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I
I
don't-
hope not.
I would have so much fun with that if I was the mother. When I was making breakfast this morning, I'd be like, you do realise you're fucking your stepdad.
Sounds like one of these pornos.
But then also, what's made me nervous about this whole thing now is like the fact that she want it back? Because like
Yeah.
that, she's going to be like, this is cloned on my husband's penis. It's been in my daughter. And now I put it back in me. Y'all sound like you've got to go through therapy for this
Lots
household.
of talking therapy there. Yeah, a lot of it.
Honestly, I would have so much fun. I would literally be like, one night, I'd be like, maybe I wouldn't say to her, you do realise you're fucking your stepdad. Maybe that's a little bit too far. But what I'd do is, she's 19, so I'd be like, fancy having a couple of glasses of wine, like, little girls' night. And I'd have a few glasses of wine, and then I'd say, oh God, I've got to tell you something, babe. I had a dildo of your dad's cock. And I can't find it. I've misplaced it. I don't know where it's gone. Watch that girl's face drop.
Oh god.
That poor girl, she probably was just thinking, oh, do you know what? I'm sick of my butt plug and my foxtail. I need something more satisfactory. She went in, found a toy.
It's good enough for mummy, it's good enough for me.
That's a good confession. It's a really good confession.
Oh, God.
The next one, this is what this is kind of sexual, but it's still wild. She says, I walked home covered in piss and cum. I know, these people are grub bags.
Okay.
So the guy I've met a few times invited me around for a quick session. Long story short, I stripped naked for him, sucked him off, and he finished on my face before he pissed all over me. I got dressed, soaking wet still. I was wearing flip-flops, but my feet were so wet I couldn't walk in them properly. I felt like such a slut walking home, drenched in piss, barefoot. Not sure what I'd have done if I'd bumped into anyone. Imagine her walking through the door and you being like, was it raining, love?
You stepped in shit.
Oh my God, I bet she stunk.
I bet. At least let her have a fucking shower. It's the least you could do.
But she said I felt like such a slut walking home, so I think this is a humiliation thing.
Oh.
And I think she likes it because she's hashtag no regrets.
Okay, well.
I hope she ain't getting in an Uber. Well, she's obviously walking home.
Maybe it's the same woman who leaked out all everywhere from last week.
Fuck's sake. Why couldn't, like, just, if you're going to do it, drink from the tap and don't make any mess. I hope she lives at home by herself because her poor parents has to do that laundry.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, you
it's
never
worse than the crime scene, isn't it?
You never want to borrow any of her clothes. She comes to work, it's that girl that always thinks of piss. Little do they know that she does it on purpose. Oh, piss-soaked Sally's walked through the door again.
Fine up until lunchtime, goes out for lunch, comes back.
Oh,
you had a fake tan.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Girl, I mean, sow your oats and do what you need to do, but walking home covered in piss, I agree with you. Have a shower.
Or carry some baby wipes. Just do something.
If she's covered from head to toe, I don't think baby wipes going to work. But thank you for the confession. So the next confession is called an inconvenient time for a blowjob.
Okay. I never thought there was such a thing, but
neither did I, but we're about to find out what's inconvenient. A few years ago, I was dating a guy, and as a gift, I gave him a blowjob coupon, and he could use them at any time, and I had to give him a blowjob no matter what. I thought it was a cute idea. Kind of like it.
Yeah,
cute idea.
thank you.
But he does like to use them at inconvenient times. This one time, I'd been planning to go out with my girlfriends, and this has been planned for months. I'd spent all day hanging out with him, and later in the night I started getting ready to see my best friends. I spent hours and hours doing my hair, doing my makeup, sorting my outfit, all of it, and just as I was about to leave for the night, he whipped out his coupon. I was so fucking frustrated, but I had to do it. So I got down on my knees and I blew him, and of course he made a mess on me and ruined my face, hair and my makeup.
Oh no.
By the end of it, I was a wreck covered in spit and cum. I didn't end up going out that night. Oh, knocking my studio
You'd be
right.
fuming, wouldn't you? Oh my God.
I was a wreck covered in spit and cum. Girl, you sound like you're at the end of the night rather than the start of the night.
I wonder if it would be good for a setting spray. In your
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because I know this for a fact.
Experience?
Not this as a setting spray, but I put fake tan on once, and so did my partner at the time, and we wasn't together that night, but we were being a bit frisky at home, like sending each other videos and stuff, and obviously we got excited, and next day we both woke up and our like fake tan had disappeared on our chest. So I was like, oh my God, it strips fake tan. So I phoned him up and I was like, because we put the same fake tan on the night before.
Yeah.
And I was like, have you checked your body by any chance? And he had this massive trail of fake, where your body was just white again. So no is your answer to that. I don't think it would be a good setting spray. If anything, I think it would take your makeup straight off. Here you go, girls. Don't need to buy any micellar water or your setting spray. There you go.
Just get a facial.
Little facial at the end of the night. Good. That boyfriend's got good ideas.
Yeah.
He's like, going out looking like that. Don't fucking think so.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah.
This one is one of my favourite ones, and it is obviously from an American, but I love these videos, but I've never seen them like this before in my life.
Okay.
And the name of the confession is Stolen Valour Videos Make Me Fucking Wet.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, God.
before I read this confession out, I'll explain to, obviously 17% of our audience are American, so they'll probably know what it is, but our UK audience and people that are not from the US might not know what stolen valour is. So stolen valour is when you are impersonating somebody that's either in the army, in the military, Navy, Air Force, or I suppose even police to an extent. Not as big over here, but very big in America. They're very patriotic about their troops and people that work in the military. So when people replicate them by wearing fake army uniforms and they attempt to get discounts, it really pisses off a lot of people, and I can understand
Who are
it.
real veterans. And,
People that are real veterans, or people that are family of veterans that have died, or that have been injured, or are currently fighting in world wars. So I understand it. And I love these stolen valour videos.
They're great.
I love watching them. I love watching the American people go at these people that are clearly not in the military.
Yeah.
I'd never, ever, ever would have thought that a stolen valour video would make someone wet.
Well, let's hear the confession.
So she says, big busty soldiers thinking they're tough when they're just sissy boys wanting attention makes me wet. It makes me want to gag on some serious penis. I'd like to think the veterans who feel betrayed when they confront these dudes. Watching everything get so tense makes me incredibly horny. I want to watch them fuck and rip their uniforms off of their teeth in disgust.
Oh my God.
And slap their cocks around each other's faces. She's really got in. Not finished. God, this woman's got issues. I want Gramps to tell me about his Vietnam flashbacks and how he stole a jerry can from behind enemy lines just to light the way home. I want to see him topple over with his fragility and shove his cane up my arse while I wear his top hat proudly.
Fucking hell. Jeez Louise.
And then she signed it off. I want what I'm entitled to. In nearly 60 episodes. 60 episodes. Over, I can't remember what the stats was in the live show, 250, over 200, whatever, hundreds of confessions. This is my favourite confession that I've ever had on this podcast.
Yeah.
She turned it. Well, firstly, she sold it.
Yeah,
She
I was
sold
I was on board with the whole, like, what, yeah, I
So
get
was
it,
I.
like, army men, like,
At
that's
the
quite
beginning,
hot.
the big busty soldiers thinking they're tough. That I was on board with. But she's then really sold this as like, fuck me. They need to start putting age restrictions on the YouTube videos because this woman is a machine.
God, imagine how turned on she gets that, like, Armistice Day.
Oh,
Remember
I
Sunday? She must be in a constant state of arousal.
Come out for Sunday lunch? No, I've got plans on the 11th.
Oh my God.
Me and the girls are planning a Christmas party on the 11th of November. No, I can't.
Fucking hell.
That is for me like the best fucking confession. I love it. I fucking love it. I love that we say this every episode, and we said this at the live, they get more and more outrageous.
They get there.
And that's what we want. We don't want them to be boring. We want them to be fun. We want to read things that people are not usually comfortable reading.
Absolutely.
And where some podcasts will be afraid to read stuff like this, we're not that podcast. We're a podcast that will read it out.
We'll
we don't
read
give
it
a
all.
fuck what people think. And we're giving people like this a voice. So thank you so much. Fucking my favourite.
That was a great confession. Great confession.
Oh no.
Oh, it's gone downhill from here.
So the title of this confession is I used my granddad's memorial card.
Oh, I'm still with Grandad. Leave Grandad alone. Hasn't he been through enough? Jesus, people.
So in January of 2022, my 65-year-old granddad passed away. And the whole of the family went to the funeral, including me. And it was packed with relatives who had to bring out more chairs, that there was that much people there. And there was a limited amount of memorial cards, like 50, maybe 20, and there was 60 people there. So these cards were only given to the immediate family, including me. And some people lost theirs or binned it. All I know is one of my sister, brother and cousins have one each. Now so I'm assuming the memorial card is the little booklet.
Yeah.
Now I go talk to my cousins, and one of them has a pouch of tobacco, but no skins or filters. I had no skins or filters, so my cousin says, find some cardboard or something, and we'll go and have a little smoke behind the back of the church. So we're trying to find something to use as a filter, and then my grandma comes out and says the funeral will be starting in 10 minutes. So we go in and we sit at the front row, and they give the 2 front row memorial cards. Me and my cousin make an excuse to leave, and we go behind the church and roll up a big fat doobie and use the memorial card as a filter, and we light up behind the church, and then we turn around. What do we see? A big ass window where all of my family can see us. Oh God! Why couldn't you use? Firstly, they only had a select amount of those booklets.
Yeah.
And you thought it was a good idea to rip one and use it as a filter to smoke your joint. What is it with the confessions of funerals we're getting lately? We've had people railed at funerals. Yeah. We've had people like fuck me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where that's the new place.
I've heard of picking up people at weddings but not fucking funerals.
Oh, vulnerable people.
Well, next weekend if you're looking for me, you know where I'll be.
Yeah, I'll be at the local funeral. Smoking at the back. I mean, that's bad.
That is bad.
Surely there must have been I don't know.
Your own granddad as well. That's.
Did nobody have a business card in their wallet?
Sure, there'll be something.
If anything, you know what else you could have fucking used? And I don't condone this either, but the little cards on flowers must be a relative that you don't like.
Yeah.
You know, fuck her. I don't care about her anyway. Just use her flowers.
Also,
my fucking granddad hated the ground she walked on anyway. Yeah. Not the fucking booklet.
Equally, if you're in a church, there's hymn book, you can tear a little bit of the hymn again.
No, you can't be tearing hymn books out for a doobie.
But surely that's better than the memorial card at your granddad's funeral. Well, no, the hymn books aren't scripture.
Is that not songs of God?
No, yeah, no.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
I think you're reading too much into hymn books.
No, I'm not. I'm judging you for ripping out the hymn book.
If I wouldn't rip a Bible or a similar book.
Oh, just the songs of praise is okay then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They're man-made.
I think we've got one more.
Okay.
I was fucked.
Is that it?
Yeah, I was fucked. That was it. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Lucky girl.
Sorry, I said it wrong. My first day of practice, and I was fucked by the doctor.
Okay. Now we're talking.
I'm a young medical student in my first year, and it was time for my internship at the hospital. It took place yesterday. We were divided into wards of the hospital, and each of the 3 students was assigned to one doctor. It just so happened that I got one of the more handsome doctors, and later it turned out was also one of the well-equipped ones. While taking care of one of the patients, the 2 girls stayed in the room to interview the sick person, whilst this doctor said he had a task for me, and we headed towards a storage room. Upon entering, he immediately closed the door behind me and jumped over to me. He grabbed me from behind and pressed me against the wall and said in my ear, "We also have another patient to take care of." That's how I felt, this patient. Definitely through his pants, and it was not so small matter. I answered him, "Well then show me how it's done in the hospital because I don't know." What happened next, I probably don't need to say. I'm assigned to this doctor until the end of the week, and I wonder how often I will still have his private training of his patient in the hospital.
Oh.
Is that not gross misconduct?
I'm almost certainly is, but I don't know. If he's a hot doctor,
I've got another patient for you to take care of. Fuck me, that's a bit suggestive as well.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that one.
It's a little bit risky and a little bit inappropriate, but
also a little bit far-fetched. But if it did happen, great. Probably weren't in an NHS hospital, though.
No, probably not. No,
probably was.
No wonder the waiting times.
Yeah, I know. I saw you waiting for hours, still getting round in the storage cupboards. But I do appreciate everybody that works at the NHS.
We do, indeed.
I got a feeling this is the States.
Yes,
it doesn't sound like a US.
No.
UK. Nobody is like, Well, I don't know. Maybe there are some hot doctors. Actually, the man that first operated on my first
Oh,
finger
yeah,
was
that's
hot.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Didn't do a very good job of it,
No,
though,
he
did
didn't.
he?
No, worked well.
Well, on that note, some pretty wild confessions this
Wild
week.
confessions indeed. Yeah.
But thank you for listening to another episode. As we said at the start, we now have a YouTube channel, so please go give it some love.
Yes.
We will be posting on there quite a lot more now, and as I said earlier, the latest episode will go on YouTube as well, but it will be premiered at the slightly later time of 6 p.m. on a Monday, and not in the morning like everything else. You can obviously listen to our podcast if you don't want to listen on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Prime, all other streaming platforms, as well as our website at rbtwpodcast.com. The mouthful.
Yeah,
for me,
that's
isn't
it. Is, yeah, no, you did it.
And I'll let you do the socials.
Yeah, so we're on TikTok at rbtw official. We're also on Instagram at rbtwpodcast. And Twitter, X now.
Twitter
X.
at rbtw the podcast.
Everyone still calls it Twitter. It's fine.
Yeah, so find us on all forms of social media.
Indeed.
We're there. Give us
a follow. Follow us. Subscribe to our feeds on the streaming platforms.
Give
Drop
us a
us a
little
comment.
5-star review as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Share it with your
All
friends, share it with your family, share it with your enemies. As we said, everybody is welcome here.
Yeah.
And as we said earlier as well, keep an eye out for some exciting info about the official live show video, which will be released in the new year,
Indeed.
as well as some announcements coming up from us.
Absolutely.
So on that note, we shall see you next week.
See you next week.
Later.
Bye.